Item: SCP-1803. Code name: The Collage. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-1803 is to be kept at Sector 23, suspended by steel cables from the ceiling of a secure 10 meters, W, x 25 meters, D, x 15 meters, H, Item Containment Room. SCP-1803 is to be kept at least 1 meter from contact with the floors, walls or ceiling of its containment area. Cables suspending SCP-1803 should be no greater than 15 mm in diameter and should be spaced no closer than 0.5 meters together at their anchor points. SCP-1803-1 is to be monitored continually for changes in content by security personnel with Level 4 clearance. Changes in content shall be documented and forwarded to the Foundation Intelligence Analysis Department for assessment. Any experiments must be cleared with the Intelligence Analysis Department. Absolutely no SCP decommissioning is to take place within a 10-kilometer radius of SCP-1803. Description: SCP-1803 is a section of a residential building originally located at, redacted, in Germany. The major portion of SCP-1803 includes an 18-meter length of exterior masonry wall 12 meters in height, the lower 3 meters of which is excavated foundation that had been originally below ground. Attached to the interior side of the wall section are portions of flooring from 3 levels of the original structure, as well as interior walls, doors, windows, and 1 complete half-bath. Approximately centered in the wall section is a 10-meter x 5 meters studio missing only 1 interior wall. Within the room is a stationary humanoid figure 1 posed facing out of the room's single window. SCP-1803, including the humanoid figure, is completely covered by SCP-1803-1. SCP-1803-1 is a multimedia collage consisting of newspaper and magazine clippings, photographs, various textual elements, painted canvas, graffiti, toys, posters, sculptural elements, redacted, and numerous other found objects. See Document CI 1803-A. Content Survey SCP-1803-1. The majority of SCP-1803-1 surface area undergoes continual revision, replacing older elements of its content with new items. New items will appear to grow from beneath adjoining items, overlapping older elements until the older elements are completely covered. Despite this method of renewal, probes of SCP-1803-1 show that no one area of SCP-1803-1 is greater than layers thick despite observations that 80% of its surface area has been completely replaced times since coming within Foundation custody. Approximately 20% of SCP-1803-1 surface area does not undergo this renewal, consisting of 3 areas in the central room of SCP-1803 that have remained consistent since SCP-1803 was contained. See Document CI 1803-B. Consistent elements of SCP-1803-1. Content identified in SCP-1803-1, aside from items directly incorporated due to contact with SCP-1803-1, is composed of elements that have been discarded or otherwise destroyed at some time prior to their incorporation. While approximately % of traceable new items have been confirmed to have been destroyed or discarded within a 10-kilometer radius of SCP-1803-1 within 12 months prior to incorporation, the remainder have no known limitations as to origin either temporally or geographically. SCP-1803-1 shows a marked bias toward works of art, photographs, and censored literature, which account for between 45% and 65% of its surface area at any one time. Much of the remainder will be random discarded objects distributed in a way that suggests commentary on SCP-1803-1's content. 2 About percent of SCP-1803-1 will consist of classified or otherwise secret documentation from a variety of sources, including the Foundation itself. To date, SCP-1803-1 has incorporated reports and memos from different national intelligence agencies, different corporations, different NGOs, and groups of interest. When any item contacts SCP-1803-1 at points with a combined cross-section greater than 400 mm2 within a 0.25 m2 area for a duration longer than 15 seconds, there will be one of two possible reactions from SCP-1803-1. For large items of a structural nature, walls, floors, ceilings, support beams, masonry, heights larger than 20 mm in diameter, furniture, appliances, heavy machinery, and so on, SCP-1803-1 will attach itself to the item and begin to grow over it, eventually incorporating it into the combined mass of SCP-1803.3. Other items will be drawn into SCP-1803-1 at the point of contact. No attempt to retrieve an item during this occurrence has met with success. At best, attempts have resulted in mechanical failure of the object at the point of contact with SCP-1803-1 and retention of the unincorporated portion. Within 24 hours, the object will re-emerge elsewhere as part of the composition of SCP-1803-1, usually in several pieces presented in some geometric arrangement. 4. Addendum 1. Document I-1803-23A. Document I-1803-23A. Incident Report Containment Breach. SCPs involved. SCP-1803-1. SCP. Date. Location. Sector 23. Description. 90 days after the decommissioning of SCP at site. KM from Sector 23. The security team monitoring SCP-1803 noticed the incorporation of redacted into SCP-1803-1. The area was locked down and researchers from site confirmed that the visible redacted was a section of SCP. SCP had been a Keter class redacted, and if fully exposed outside its specified containment protocol could result in an XK scenario. After 12 hours of a Foundation-wide full alert, the redacted fully emerged and it was determined that redacted was only a section of SCP cut into the shape of a 5-pointed star. Without redacted, SCP was incomplete, preventing full manifestation of SCP's anomalous effects. The inert section of SCP was peeled off of SCP-1803-1 by a remote-operated drone and destroyed without any further incident. Note: no more decoms anywhere near this thing. Dr. Director Site. Addendum 2. Document R-1803-101 AB. Document R-1803-101 AB. Transcript of Interpol surveillance prior to identification of SCP-1803. Forward. ONCOMO agents of Interpol were conducting audio surveillance on a multi-family apartment building, redacted, in Germany. They were monitoring Dr. Otto, male 95 years old, for involvement with, redacted, suspected of possible terrorist activities. At 1845 local time, Dr. Otto received 2 unidentified male visitors. 5. Begin transcript. 1848. Dr. I don't receive many visitors these days. Who did you say you were? Unidentified male number 1. David sent us. Dr. David? Unidentified male number 1. You know, David. Unidentified male number 2. He told us to ask you if we were cool yet. Dr. Chuckles. Oh. That David. Come in, friends. Have a seat. 45-second pause in conversation as the three men take seats in the main room of the studio. Unidentified male number 1. You're a hard man to find, sir. Doctor. Quite intentional. Too many of the wrong people looking. Now forgive me, but I am wondering why our mutual acquaintance would send you to me. I have retired from teaching esoterica, and I am quite busy with my own project. Unidentified male number 1. Well, to be honest, he didn't really send us. Unidentified male number 2. We want to talk about your project. Doctor. My projects are my concern. Unidentified male number 1. Just listen to our proposal. Unidentified male number 2. You can help us strike a blow against the fascist oligarchy ruling Europe. Doctor. No. I see. 15-second pause. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Unidentified male number 1. Wait. Please listen. This is a fantastic idea. We set it up in Brussels. At redacted. Imagine it. Their brand new €1 billion building covered with every secret memo, every document they've ever tried to hide. A monument to every petty. Doctor. Get out. Unidentified male number 2. Doctor. I think you should hear us out. Doctor. I've heard enough. You're a pair of ignorant fools. You don't even know what fascism means. You. Statement stops abruptly. 10-second pause in conversation. Unidentified male number 1. Kurt. What are you doing? Unidentified male number 2. Getting the good doctor's attention. Doctor. Pause. Young man. Please put the gun away. Unidentified male number 2. No. You're going to help us make a statement that will inspire the masses too. Doctor. You have no idea what you're doing. Unidentified male number 1. Sir, if you help us, we'll go down in history. Doctor. All that will happen is they close their building. If you think anyone will get to see their precious secrets before they destroy the place, you are a greater fool than I imagine you are. Unidentified male number 2. We will see. All we need is your notes. We can do the ritual ourselves. Doctor. Pause. I actually think you would. Your eyes. I've seen that kind of look before. Pause. A determined, righteous man, aren't you? Unidentified male number 1. We are, sir. Unidentified male number 2. Shut up. Doctor. Do you know what the ritual entails? Unidentified male number 1. Yes, sir. Doctor. Size. I've waited decades to create my memorial, but the techniques of Thule are not cheap. I've balked at the price. Spent my life searching for a means to avoid it. But I take it you're willing to pay. Unidentified male number 2. There are plenty of people in that building I would sacrifice to see your art live. Doctor. I suppose if you are willing, then I should be as well. Unidentified sounds. Doctor. Unintelligible. Unidentified male number 1. Sir? Unidentified male number 2. Doctor. What are you doing? Doctor. Unintelligible. Unidentified male number 1. Screams. Gunshots. Recording ends. End transcript. Closing statement. By the time the Interpol agents on duty arrived at Dr. Otto S. apartment, SCP-1803-1 had already covered 90% of the studio. Foundation agents were called in, the building was condemned, and SCP-1803 separated from the existing structure and airlifted to Sector 23. Genetic testing has revealed the humanoid form in SCP-1803 as the remains of Dr. Dart. Tests on the remains of the other two males have identified them as Simon and Kurt, college students who had been linked to the Germany cell of the Are We Cool Yet? Collective. Currently inactive. Addendum 3. Document CI-1803-A. Document CI-1803-A. Content Survey SCP-1803-1. Summary. Data redacted by request of Intelligence Analysis Department. 05. Addendum 4. Document CI-1803-BA. Document CI-1803-BA. Consistent elements of SCP-1803-1. Summary. Consistent elements in SCP-1803-1 are confined to 3 areas in the central room around the humanoid figure. Area 1 is the largest, surrounding the single window. Items comprising it have been dated as early as 1919, and as late as 193. The majority of textual elements are from German language publications from the period. Artistic elements include paintings, sculptures, lithographs and photographic reproductions of modernist works from this era. Almost all art in this section has been documented as having been destroyed by the German Nazi regime as examples of Entartet Kunst. 6. The 35 artists represented include Otto Dix, Kurt Schwitters, Paul Klee, and Piet Mondrian. 7. The other 2 areas are on opposing walls to either side of the humanoid figure. Both consist of flayed human skin pasted over newsprint. Rectangular holes have been cut in the surface of the skin to reveal lettering beneath. The skin on the right-hand wall 8 has 72 holes of varying sizes. Each hole reveals either a single letter, word, or punctuation mark from the following series 9. ARC cool WEY yet. The skin on the left-hand wall 10 has 132 holes, all revealing the number 9. Footnotes. 1. Samples from the humanoid figure shows tissues consistent with that of a human male, though it has shown no sign of movement, biological function, or decay since containment. 2. Attempts to communicate with SCP-1803-1 by introducing new content have been inconclusive, but suggestive of conscious direction of SCP-1803-1's composition. 3. Such items can be removed. Removed items do not retain the anomalous properties of SCP-1803 or SCP-1803-1. This process is not recommended because of potential damage to SCP-1803 or SCP-1803-1. 4. This process has proved fatal for any living organism. 5. Transcript is translated from the original German. 6. Degenerate art. 7. Many of the works incorporated had been displayed in the Nazi Entartet Kunst exhibit premiering in Munich in 1937. 8. Genetically identified as the remains of Kurt. 9. Note: words are in English. 10. Genetically identified as the remains of Simon.